Right, good morning guys. It's about, I would say actually afternoon, it's about 1 o'clock. Didn't sleep in late. I was just trying to figure out a plan for what I want to do in China. So I decided to cancel the hostel reservation. Just I want to spending 2 more days extra here. So I'll be leaving on the 26th. Yeah, so 2 more days on top of today. Right, so I had a small bite to eat. Now I'm gonna get to the metro and get myself to the lovely Palace of Heaven, or Temple of Heaven. Right, I've just arrived in the district. It's about a 5-minute walk from the metro. So let's go and explore and see what this Temple of Heaven is like. Right, it's 15 yuan to get in, so that works out to be about £1.50. Yeah, now I don't mean to be like one of those sort of whacked out looking people, but I just feel whacked today. I just, I don't know, I think I'm a bit ill, I'm not too sure. I'm trying to figure out as I go. I paid 15 yuan to get yen or whatever, yuan, I don't fucking care. I paid 15 something to get in, and then you walk. One thing I'm really not enjoying about Beijing is you pay to get into these places and then you have to pay to do more things inside. It's a very fucking English thing and I fucking hate it. You know, I paid 15 to get in, now they want 20 so I can walk into that temple, and I'm really deliberating whether it's worth it. So I'm going to walk around the proximity and see how big it is. I'm just left the park. Yeah, I decided not to go into that temple. I've seen loads of temples, and to be honest with you, I think that really pissed me off for that. So I was like, no, I'm not fucking paying it. As much as you may think that's a waste of journey there, but the park was alright, I guess. There's a lot of flowers and trees. Today has been one of those days, you know, literally I could have not done anything today and it probably been just as productive as today, what I've done today. But like I said, you have those ones, and as much as it can suck, you get by and you think, you know what, shit happens. I'm going to wake up probably about 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow, probably 8, and then I'll go to the Great Wall if it is possible. So chat tomorrow. I hope you sort of enjoyed this video. I don't mean to be a moany negative bastard, so, but you know, I'll be happy tomorrow. Take care guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Right, I recorded a couple of videos and realised there's a thumbprint on the fucking camera, so I thought I'd start again. Otherwise you'll just get a blurry experience. But I'm on my way to the bus terminals and going to the Great Wall of China today. and I was going to get the metro, but it's only a couple of stops away, so I just thought I'll walk it. You know, and it was like free transfers. It was really awkward, so I just thought, no, I'll just walk it. There's no point in spending money on something when you can just walk it. So but no, I'm looking forward to it today. I realised why I was being grouchy yesterday, and I am sorry for being so grouchy, but I got really ill last night. I just got a bad cold just come along very quickly. I've got a sore throat and a sort of a sniffly nose and just feel like crap. And you know when you're like trying to sleep and you're ill and your mind's like firing like a fucking rabbit wheel. So I didn't get the best sleep either last night. But I'm getting a public bus up to the Great Wall of China. A few people do tours, and I have nothing against anyone who does, but for me it was too expensive. I mean, the bus should be no more than about 31 for the day. That's there and back, and then I'm free to walk about and do what I want when I get up there. Whereas the tours are about 400, 500, 600, which yeah is only 40 pounds. But when I can spend a lot less than 40 pounds, like £1 or £2, I think I'd rather go that option. I am going to the touristy section of the wall, purely just because it's easier. I mean, I could go to the remote place, but the mixture of feeling ill, knowing I wouldn't hike far of it, and also for me it's not about seeing the ruins, it's just seeing it and experiencing this tremendous structure. It's definitely more touristy here, but to be honest with you, it doesn't really bug me. I think how much I pay to get here and how much cheaper it'll be, I think it's a better deal. I don't see paying like 400, 600 yuan worth it in my opinion. There are quite a few people here at the moment, but I've only just started, so I intend to keep walking as far as I can until people start to phase out. That's my plan. Anyway, let's see what happens. It doesn't help trying to climb this when you've got a cold or you're ill, sweating like a fucking bucket. But no, it's been cool. I think it's a dead end towards this way. I don't know whether to go the other way, see what there is. But it's nice once you get out of the crammed bits. But I knew that when I was coming here, so it hasn't really annoyed me at all really. You sort of think, yeah, well, it's sort of a lot cheaper and a lot more convenient. Really, you just jump on one bus, it costs you naffle really, and it gets you here. And you see the Great Wall of China, so, and a lot cheaper. The bus was different, it was 877's one I got, whereas it said 919. So this is the one here, but they tell you anyway. If you just mention the name, they tend to guide you to what bus, they'll say the number. They can at least speak that in English. But there is another one which you can get to the more rural part, but you have to get up. You have to be there by, I think it's 7 o'clock. Maybe it's 8. Bear in mind you have to be there by 8, and that's the last bus, so preferably you have to be there by 7. You know, give and take delays, because you can never guess how long a metro is going to take. So, and how I was feeling, and to be honest with you, I'm not feeling great, and I didn't fancy that much hassle. And on top of that, I didn't know how often the bus was coming back. Like if there's only a few buses in the morning, God knows, fucking, you know, missing a bus on the way back. Whereas, I mean, worst comes to worst, there'll probably still be a taxi if you had to get one back. Right, we're slowly going back down the Great Wall of China. It's actually been really nice, to be fair. Like, as much as, like they said, there's loads and loads of people, once you walk enough, there's not as many. Like, and you get a really good idea of, like, a feel for the wall, and, you know, you get a really nice view, and it's worth just coming here. If you're on your own and if you're strict for budget, don't worry about getting one of those tours. Then again, I haven't experienced the tour, so I can't speak completely firsthand. But I met a few guys at the top. And this man here may not be in the end, who might die on the way back down. We've defeated the elderly, which couldn't make it, so that's what's important. But it's been a great experience though, and it's well worth coming.
Yeah, amazing.
It's like, and it's 40 yuan, which isn't a lot. Like, it's almost £5, so it really isn't a lot of money. And like, and as much as I have people recommending the tours, this has been good enough. Anyway, gonna carry on walking and suffering, and I'll chat to you in a minute. I've just chatted to these guys, and I found out after being in Korea for a week about the national holiday, and there's a national holiday in Japan in a week, so, and in China in a week, I mean. So I've got.
You're very lucky.
I'm really lucky. I really planned this well, so I don't know what to do next week. So I've got a week in. I've got a week of enjoyment, then it's going to turn to hell apparently. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just sit somewhere for a week in a chair and just wait for it all blow over, find a Winchester pub and wait for it all blow over with a pint. But no, I don't know what to do. I'm going to be probably around Chengdu around then, so maybe get to a place which will be tolerable to stay, and that is why it's difficult to get to Shanghai, which I'm happy to find out why it's so difficult to get a place and why the trains are all booked to Shanghai. It's because of that. So at least that answers that question. Now it's just, where do I go? What do I do? We just came off the wall and we're looking for some food now. But that was a really nice trip. We didn't want to go up the north side. I'm feeling ill, this man's dying, and we convinced the other two not to climb. He's recovered, yeah. But we're just going for a stroll around here and see what there is. Right guys, it's a bit late, later. I went back at these guys, went back to their apartment because we have been invited to I met these guys obviously on the Great Wall of China, and the Chinese guys invited me to dinner for the family, and he said, oh, do you want to come along? And I thought it'd be an honour to come along and experience sort of a Chinese family, and, you know, experience like what's it like to be in a home and stuff. And I thought it'd be really cool. Said goodbye to those guys. Sort of ended up having to rush off because what I thought was a cold, I think it's a bit more than a cold. So I wasn't feeling great, started getting a fever and obviously stomach and stuff. But no, the food was delicious though, and it was a lovely evening. It was amazing to experience a Chinese family in a way, a Chinese home, and really nice of them to invite me in. And obviously didn't film too much because I thought it'd be a bit disrespectful to them just to film the whole occasion. And anyway, chat to you tomorrow or the following day, one or the other anyway. Take care, guys.